Have you ever been lying awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, staring at the ceiling, and mentally calculating how many days are left until your next paycheck hits? You're running the numbers over and over in your head. Rent, the $400 car payment, the minimums on 3 different credit cards, and that student loan balance that never seems to shrink. Your brain is stuck in a loop of financial survival, trying to figure out which fire to put out first. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Right now, you don't actually own your life. The bank owns your house, the dealership owns your car, and the credit card companies own your future labor. You are essentially a financial sleepwalker, working 40, 50, or 60 hours a week just to transfer your paycheck to someone else. My name is Flix, and I help people understand the real mechanics behind wealth. Today, we're going to look at why everything changes the moment your debt is gone. Not just your bank account, but your brain, your career, and your entire relationship with reality. If you're tired of feeling like you're running on a treadmill that's going too fast, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's dive in. The first thing that changes when you kill your debt is your biology. Most people don't realize that carrying debt keeps you in a constant state of survival mode. When you owe money, your brain is flooded with cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. This isn't just a feeling, it's a physiological state that narrows your focus. When you're in survival mode, you literally cannot think about long-term growth or opportunity because your mental bandwidth is entirely consumed by immediate threats. Think about that check engine light. If you have $9,000 in credit card debt at 22% interest, that light is a catastrophe. It's a 3 a.m. panic attack. But when that debt is gone and you have breathing room, that same light is just a minor inconvenience. Research shows that eliminating this financial stress increases your well-being far more than a massive raise ever could. You stop playing defense with your life and finally start playing offense. Now, let's look at the math, because the math is absolutely brutal. The average household is carrying over $9,000 in credit card debt. At a 20% interest rate, you are throwing away $1,800 every single year just for the privilege of carrying that balance. That's money that could be going toward building your future, but instead, it's making credit card companies rich. It's a poverty tax you're paying every single month. And it gets worse when you factor in the opportunity cost. Let's say you're paying $1,000 a month toward car payments and credit cards. If you took that same $1,000 and put it into a simple index fund earning 8% annually, in just 10 years, you would have over $180,000. But because you're servicing debt for things that are actively losing value, you're not just at zero, you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in future wealth. Debt is financial quicksand. The harder you work to earn more, the deeper it pulls you down if you don't change the system. When the debt is gone, you experience a radical identity shift. You stop seeing yourself as a consumer and start seeing yourself as a wealth builder. Before, a $4 coffee was a mental calculation about whether you could afford it. After the debt is gone, you stop sweating the small stuff because you've proven to yourself that you can control your money instead of letting it control you. You've developed the discipline to delay gratification, which is the single most valuable financial skill you can ever possess. This shift moves into your career too. I call it walking away money. When you're living paycheck to paycheck with $40,000 in debt, you are trapped. You stay in a job you hate, with a boss who treats you poorly, because you can't afford a single week without a paycheck. You're negotiating from a position of absolute desperation. But when that debt is gone, the dynamic flips. Suddenly, you have the power to say no. You can negotiate for the raise you deserve, or you can walk away and find a better opportunity without the fear of ending up on the street. You walk into job interviews differently. You carry yourself with a level of confidence that people notice. You aren't gasping for financial air anymore, and that allows you to think strategically about your next 10 years instead of just your next 10 days. The system is designed to keep you in the negative equity cycle. Dealers want you to focus on the monthly payment, not the total cost. Banks want you to stretch your mortgage to 43% of your income. They want you to stay in debt because your debt is their profit. They don't want you to have breathing room. They want you to be a captive audience for new loans. But here's the reality. There is no prize for looking wealthy while being broke. There is no trophy for having the nicest truck in the neighborhood if you're eating ramen noodles for dinner to afford the $900 payment. Real wealth isn't about status spending or designer logos. It's about freedom. It's about being able to sleep through the night because you know that no matter what life throws at you, you can handle it. The transformation that happens when you become debt-free isn't just about the numbers on a screen. It's about becoming the type of person who is actually in charge of their own life. It's about moving from financial insanity to complete control. You can either look wealthy or be wealthy, but for most people, you can't do both. Stop being a slave to a system that doesn't care about you. Kill the debt, build the margin, and finally start living the life you were actually meant to have. I'll see you in the next one.